Get ready for another messy show from this panel. We are ready to talk about a sloppy group of people. We're recapping Vanderpump Rules Season 5, Episode 13, Ambush, right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Because Jack would play was being like, if she was there, she'll be like, James, go do it. Mama said. You don't knock people out.
Just a subtle shout out to James and Jax.
Oh.
God, I love this song.
I know, it's good. Bringing it back.
I haven't heard this since I was in like 8th grade.
Stop it.
I wasn't born yet.
Okay, let's rein it in. Another sloppy episode of Vanderpump Rules. But we're going to have a sloppy after show to match.
Yes.
Hey guys, it's your host, Megan Stecher. We have a fabulous, exciting guest panelist with us tonight. Introduce yourself, doll.
Hi guys, I'm Jesse D'Angelo. Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome.
Well, thanks for being here.
Excited to be here.
Happy to see you again.
We go way back.
Yeah, we do. We go way back. We do Finding Prince Charming.
Oh.
On another after show.
Yes.
Yeah, we go way back, but to here.
A few months ago. Sorry.
Oh, and I am Matthew Evan Paine.
And I'm Matthew's Eskimo sister. I'm Jay Ellis. Right?
Hashtag Eskimo Sisters.
That was good.
Oh.
I didn't even know what I was like. Wait, what is that?
I'm still not clear.
I knew about it. Okay, so kids, I do still have like the life of a Vanderpumper.
Okay.
I still work waiting tables at a restaurant on the weekend, and our restaurant could put these folks to shame. And we have Eskimo sisters at the restaurant.
Okay,
here's
this
the
is
thing.
a person who slept with the same guy.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
two girls that have slept with the same guy.
Perfect.
Unbeknownst to the two of them, they were sleeping with the same guy.
Great.
Which, did Gigi and Ellie know that they were both sleeping
well,
with James?
They both approached it like they did. So I'm
do now.
assuming they did. They do now. Yeah.
They do. Well, they do now.
Yeah.
Okay,
We will
okay,
get there though. That's a leap.
okay.
Yeah.
I think for Vanderpump Rules Season 6, let's rename it. Let's recast it the restaurant I work at because we have fresh storylines, fresh meat at my restaurant. Jay is like,
Yeah, I was there. It's a juicy.
This is how
juicy
Jay and I
place.
know each other.
Uh-huh.
We met at the restaurant I work at.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
Did you
living
wait
a
on
lot
him?
tonight.
No, I worked there.
He worked there.
Oh, you were.
I'm sure you were such a joy.
No, here's a great, awesome story. He comes running up to me one day and was like, oh my God, you watch Vanderpump Rules?
Yes.
He's like, no one else here wants to talk about it. And I was like, oh my God, you watch Vanderpump Rules? Because no one ever wants to talk to me at work about my shows. Like, no one else watches them. And so we got all excited about it and talked about our shows. And then one day, were you there when Jax's girlfriend came in?
Yes, it was Carmen.
Carmen.
Carmen came in.
Carmen
Love
came
her.
in. So they were obviously broken up in real life when she came in.
Yeah.
But she was like on the show Current Time, I believe, when
Right.
she was there. And we were both like, oh my God, oh my God, oh
Yeah.
my God. And then she saw, we have a kitchen that you can see straight through the windows and see all the people working in the kitchen. And she thought that one of the chefs was hot and they got each other's numbers.
Yes. Yeah.
Scandal.
We would ignore our tables and just talk about Vanderpump. This is like how Megan and I became friends.
Totes. I'd be like, oh my God, I forgot to go to refill of iced tea.
Who cares? I don't need it.
Like, Pete, you look in the back.
Did you
I'm like,
all-
whatever, it's
so
free, I don't care.
you spoke to Carmen when she was there.
I did not speak with her
I
myself.
ran the other way because I was so scared. She's gorgeous.
I ended up-
She's gorgeous and she's the nicest.
Oh, I ended up pestering the guy, like the chef that she gave her number to. Pestering him, like,
Call.
oh my
yeah,
God,
I
you guys-
remember you were like, please, please, please just go on a date so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then I think it was kind of like a lot of like back and forth where they ended up never like getting together.
It was like a text romance.
Yeah, she had a lot of like excuses and I've been hurt and burned.
Take
and-
one for the team, girl. Do it for us.
I know,
we
right?
got stuff to talk about.
I think she ended up ghosting him or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Sounds right.
I don't know. He doesn't work there anymore, so I
Adds
can't
up.
follow up on this story. But
If I know Carmen, and I think I do,
And I think
from
I-
staring at her from
I
across
just
the
want to
restaurant.
say this is why I moved to LA. Like, I just wanted to be like in this world and know these people. And after seeing this episode, I don't want to know these people. Anyhow, I think that's a sentiment shared by all of us on the panel tonight.
Ooh, we have a friend in the chat room that we
Hey.
all know, or most of us, I think.
was
Nick
a shame.
Marty, who is a host here at AfterBuzz TV.
Oh my God, hi
Hey, Nick.
Nick.
Love Nick. He said everyone is looking good.
Oh my God, thank you.
I'm sure
Hi,
he
Nick.
is as well at home. Hey, Nick. What? I know who Nick is.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's the
yes.
best.
I'm
Can you go to
blushing
a
after
selfie?
that comment.
And you guys all look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh,
So do
thank you. So yeah.
I was
Yeah,
going
look
to go
fantastic.
sleeveless tonight, but I decided to go with a button down.
I was,
at a
okay,
time.
we need to get on the show, but I was
I
at the
know.
beach and then at the gym. So but I feel comfortable. It's 70 degrees in LA right now. It's
Well,
not raining,
I
so
know.
I ripped off the sleeves.
Jay's muscles are out.
Watch the video.
I've never seen that tattoo.
It's there.
Lots revealed
Sharpie.
tonight.
It's a Sharpie.
Yeah, it's a temporary tattoo.
Oh my God. Okay, let's get into the show because we
Yeah.
are off the rails.
Okay.
Off the rails. Tom and Ariana go to Villa Blanca to kind of train the bartender there on some other drinks going on at the other properties. Wasn't Lisa trying to sell Villa Blanca for the longest time?
Oh, I don't know.
That was word on the street. I guess she's re-embracing it as part of the brand.
Okay, they did this before with Sir going into Pump, or
Right.
people from Sir going into Pump. Now, are they
Right.
just trying to make it a very across the board, wherever you go, you're going to have a Pumptini?
I think that's what
Yes.
they're trying. I
Probably.
think she's trying to cross promote all the restaurants so that let's say you can't get into Sir that night, you'll try to like go down, take an Uber down to, or excuse me, a Lyft down to
Yes. Yeah.
Villa Blanca.
Right. It just seems like they're using the same ingredients in
Yeah.
a lot of the drinks.
Well,
and it's
maybe
like, what's the point?
maybe it's like that you've made a reservation for her restaurant and you're expecting to get like a pumptini that you've already seen on Vanderpump Rules a million times, and
Yeah.
they're like, well, we don't know how to make that, or we
Yeah.
don't have that,
True.
Like, oh, that's just on the show. Like, but I want it.
Yeah.
Did this scene remind anyone of, I think it was 2 seasons ago when they all went to Pump to learn how to make the drinks, and
Yeah.
Jackson that,
Okay, Matthew.
can you
And
say that?
let's
What?
plug in. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh,
When they went, yeah, and then Jax was like making them all awful, and Ariana and Tom were.
yeah, and there was and Jackson, the manager, Eric, were going at it.
Yeah, and I applied at Pump, and I had an interview with that guy who was doing the things. Yes,
Oh.
he was the one who was
You
there.
applied there?
I thought I had it. I was supposed to meet with Ken, and I got ghosted by Ken.
What the F?
Yeah, this was a while ago.
that would've
Totally
been
see you
fun.
in the pink and silver button
Yeah,
down.
maybe I'll go after tonight and go apply again.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
when
I
you see
need
them,
a
ask
fr-
them if
I
they'll
need
join
a-
us on our show.
Yeah.
I need the hookup for free pumptinis.
Okay, Pumptini.
So good.
I've got a hookup for you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I'm gonna get in on that.
So the one I had was amazing,
My,
actually.
And did
my
you have
friend
it-
who's at Pump's gonna be like,
Did you have it at Pump, or was because now they're doing the different drinks? Or
I actually had it at Pump.
Okay.
Yeah, Pump was fairly new, and I went with a few people from here, from AfterBuzz.
Very
one
cool.
day.
Have any of you been to Villa Blanca?
No.
No.
Yes. I've heard the bathroom's a disaster. Off bitch
Bitch
said. That's the glowing review of.
but their bathrooms at Pump are a mess too.
Never been.
It's like,
I don't know.
Never been.
To the bathroom.
Never
Never been to
been.
the bathroom.
well,
I
Oh
hold
my,
it in
you
one
guys,
ear.
I have 3 whole pages of notes.
Okay,
let's
let's
get
go.
rolling. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Blah blah blah. They're making the drinks. Who cares? And Sandoval says he's going to James's hypnotherapy session for his emotional issues and drinking. I think it's a good idea,
Anything that will help.
and it's holistic.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on.
Can we?
Not a strong
We'll talk
reaction.
about- we'll
Not
talk about the
We'll talk about it
hypnosis,
later when we do the actual thing. All right, James and his mother are at lunch. What a character. So he tells her he got fired, which I'm surprised it's taken him this long. I guess he wanted to do it on camera, for the whole world to see.
Yeah.
She says because they're all jealous. I cannot with this mother, especially after knowing the story about how she stole Kristen's credit card and the whole thing.
My eyes almost rolled into my skull when she said the jealous thing, and I said, why does everybody, him and his mom are enabling him to think that this is the problem?
Yeah, he was like, I mean, I know everyone looks at me and thinks that I'm this kid with really amazing hair.
My perfect hair.
Yeah.
Oh, this British kid who just has really perfect hair and I'm so amazing, but
Yeah. You guys
But my
should.
life's not a dream.
very humble.
But
Yeah.
it makes sense where he's getting this inflated ego from if the mom is saying that people are jealous. And then the digs into Kristen were rough.
Whoa.
I agree.
Barren, my God.
that
Come
was-
on.
I
Below
joked
the
with them.
belt.
I said, I feel like she just said to the producer, get ready because I'm just going to do 5 in a row. Kristen's karma, she's going to have no kids. Ready? She's probably barren. Ready? She's going to get slapped in the face.
Yeah, she was on it. She was going in. It
Not
was,
nice.
It was rough.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kennedy doesn't play.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline
Of course,
Kennedy.
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline Kennedy.
Oh, Stage name.
Is her maiden name Bouvier?
SAG member.
Probably because she steals credit cards, right? And she steals identities. So she invites herself to his performance, his rap performance. He's not only going to be DJing for the first time at his new job. Yeah, he's gonna be rapping. And woof, the Kristen Karma thing was rough. So we go to another child and mother duo, Brittany and her mom. They're packing up to send Brittany's mom on her way back to Kentucky.
And I bet Jax just couldn't wait to get rid of her at this point.
That
seconds.
whole incident to me was like textbook Jax. Like they just are trying to have a conversation, and Brittany's like, you need to take it down a level. My mom's just asking a question, and you can just answer her in a normal tone of voice. And he had to get up and slam the door and leave. Then he comes back at Brittany's request and is like, oh, sorry you had to see that, Brittany's mom, but your daughter needs to realize what she's got here. I could not have laughed harder when he said that.
Whose side? Because unfortunately we can't watch with you because you're doing the
Yes,
royals. But
okay.
whose side were you on for that fight?
I think that the way that the two women approached it, like it could have been more delicate, but him immediately flipping out, slamming the door, like you can't do that in front of your girlfriend's mom.
I didn't think he immediately flipped out. I thought he tried to diffuse it, and I thought that they kept pushing, and then I think he got annoyed. But also, there was a moment where Brittany was trying to tell him to calm down when he didn't seem to me that he was riled up.
Okay.
And I think when you tell someone to calm down, it
that gets them
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it was like the whole, don't take that tone of voice with me. I know that tone of voice.
Yeah.
Don't you speak to me that way. And it's like, ooh.
I also thought this conversation was the next morning, probably after the roast, and it's like, oh, we're bringing this up. Like on his end, like we're bringing this up again. Like we're
Right.
retreading I didn't kiss
Well, they did say last week on camera,
Yeah.
we need to talk about this later. So it was obviously, we're going to film her saying this so that we have to film her talking to him about it again.
I just would have thought it would have been after the roast, like the night of.
Side note, our newest panel member this evening, Jesse, has an admirer.
Ooh.
Darren Wilson wants to know who the new hottie is.
Darren.
It's Jessa D'Angelo.
Find him on Twitter. Am I blushing? Yep.
Yes.
I have
Oh my
rosacea. I have rosacea.
Oh my God. I don't know. Do you guys had a difference of opinion? You were basically thinking
I was on
Jax
Jax's side.
yeah.
I was on Jax's side.
I thought that
Same.
he handled it well, and then I think that it just fell apart really quickly.
I think he was standing outside of the door when he
Yeah.
went out of the house. Like, I'll wait for the text to come back
I mean,
in.
I didn't even think it was something, the way that they were, I don't know, the mom could have worded it better, I thought. And then, but the fact that he came back and goes, your daughter needs to realize what she has here, just took me off of any side of Jax's that I had previously been on. I was like, really, dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cliche.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Could have been better.
Moving on. We're painting at Sir.
Yeah.
And
No,
that purple.
they were not painting it, sir.
Well, that purple paint that Katie's been buying for 3 weeks in a row now
Yeah.
is finally chosen.
Yeah.
And they're fake painting around things to be able to discuss Katie's feeling weird about her bridesmaids deciding things without her.
Painting was a general theme in tonight's episode because they did the
Paint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A thread runs through it.
Yes.
She thinks it's a bad idea that they're planning her bachelorette without her.
Yeah.
I have been a bachelorette more times than I would like to admit. A bridesmaid more times than I would like to admit. The bride doesn't plan anything. The bride doesn't plan her
Ever.
shower. The bride doesn't plan her bachelorette party. She can make like suggestions of where she would like to have it, but like you plan it without her and you pay for it without her.
She has an actual wedding to plan. That's why
Right.
you let
That
the
is the
bridesmaid, you let your
point.
henchmen plan the rest of that. You worry about the one day.
This is all that little hokey, jokey.
They're giving
silliness.
Katie and Lisa a lot of scenes together to really sell the assistant. Like,
Yeah.
because Katie's Lisa's assistant now, so they're just trying to really bury in that story.
Very.
Well, and I think they're also trying to have Katie and Tom's wedding be like the thread throughout the season.
And maybe give us a reason why Lisa's officiating the wedding. Like they've grown so close, and
Right.
or like they
Oh,
trust
good
each
point.
other. I don't know. Like I think that they're really trying to sell us on this.
Yeah.
I think that they're also trying to make it where it's like Katie has graduated from being just a server
Right.
to having an actual job to generate some sort of income,
Gotcha.
I think.
Okay.
I agree.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm with you. You guys are all being so weird tonight.
Am I throwing off the energy, guys? I'm sorry.
No.
Darren, what do you think?
Yeah. Josh, can we get rid of Jesse? Is it possible to do that mid-show?
Pull a lever and I just fall through
Josh,
the floor.
can we hit pause?
I mean, I can mute his mic if you want me to mute his mic.
And everybody say hi to our wonderful engineer, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, everybody, what's up? I'm Josh Rodriguez. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Josh_Rodriguez_.
Wow! He was like ready for his
yeah.
moment.
He's been waiting for weeks.
When opportunity means preparation. Oh my God, I love it.
Can you be the engineer and join us on the panel? You've got a good voice.
I know, I love it. You sound like a DJ.
Yeah. Like a DJ James Kennedy.
Because he's no DJ.
With
James
amazing
Kennedy.
hair.
I'm just like this British guy with perfect hair.
And piercing blue eyes.
And I'm like, you need to calm down.
It's nothing but love, bruv.
Bruv. Okay, so the guys go to a suit fitting with Ariana because she's basically a dude.
Loved it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I like that she likes being with the dudes because it really separates her from the other chick pack that we're having a problem embracing this season. And she's like doing her own thing. Little Miss Independent.
This is Ariana at the
at the suit fitting.
My thing with her was my favorite quote, which was, "I don't think it's that different," when she's talking about Stassi, like being the old Stassi,
and new
and
Stassi.
she's just saying, "I don't think there's a difference," and I'm like,
I just love her
Bingo.
delivery because they get so riled up over everything, and then when you cut to her, she's just like, it doesn't matter.
yeah, she's
I
like,
love
these
that.
people are psychos.
Yeah, she gives the best like DGAF face. She's just like,
And everyone wants a reaction, and they never get it from her. She's like, I mean, do we need to talk about this?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, that's how you win.
Yeah.
I
She's like,
agree.
I'm just sitting here and my makeup looks perfect and I don't care about
I'm
it.
She's like, I'm just trying to
smarter
paint,
than
like-
you,
Yeah.
and I'm better than you, and I'm funnier than you, and
few
I'm
seasons-
not even gonna crack a smile.
Remember when she was like hunched over her shoulder, like her chair, and she's like, really? Like one of my favorite like side interviews was Ariana just like slunched, like she could care less. Like I will do this
You
for
need
a
a
paycheck.
gif of that,
Love
of
it.
her
Oh, I'll look
GIF,
for it.
GIF, whatever.
There's got to be one.
You're right though about the smile. She won't crack a smile, period.
Could not pay her.
No.
I do,
Yeah.
and I
love
loved
it.
how much she loves her horse. Like 30 years with the, or 22 years with the horse. Like I lost a dog after 16. I can't imagine adding on another.
Oh my God, I know.
6.
I was just thinking about my dog, and I was like,
I know.
oh, she was so attached to this horse.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's cool that
I-
she rides. That was
And I
nice.
feel like I love that scene because I feel like it taught me a lot about Ariana because I think she's hard to pin down
Right.
or figure her out.
Yeah.
And it was just another side of her personality that's you feel very sympathetic toward her in that moment,
Yeah.
which I think often you don't because she's like the cool girl and she doesn't get upset and
And you always get Ariana with Tom. It's very rare to have an
Yeah.
Ariana without Tom.
true. It's like she's being roped into a Scheana scene or it's Ariana and Tom.
There was a weird moment when she got off the horse and she walked over to Tom and Scheana. And I thought, I wonder what Tom's doing here. Like, I completely forgot that they were a couple for a second. I didn't know why he was there. And then I was like, oh.
They were busy that day. So that morning, Tom and James were filming the hypnotism scene while Scheana and Ariana were at the horse farm.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about later tonight is James's gig. So everybody had a very busy filming schedule that day, but production really got their money out of the cameramen and everybody.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Long day, I bet.
Got a lot on the burners.
Yeah.
A lot of irons in the fire today.
They were
Hoping
like,
to
how
pop
can we,
something off.
How can we incorporate Lisa into this?
Paint. She can
Yeah.
paint. Yeah.
They were like, can we have a production meeting? She can paint. Yeah. Yeah. Buy a
Yep.
roller and buy a brush. And then, you know what? Call Peter. See what he's doing.
Yeah.
He
And finally,
yeah, yeah.
after 4 weeks of hunting, we
And-
have the perfect purple.
Peter was like, oh, man.
Did Scheana go?
Like,
He had one line in that.
yeah,
Oh.
one line.
Did Scheana go from the horse riding to, or from watching Ariana to the brunch with
Oh
the
yes,
girls?
lunch with the girls as well.
Or I'm assuming brunch because I'm a gay man
Yeah.
in LA. I think everybody just brunches.
Busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
Didn't it look like they were in like a parking lot of a strip mall or
Yeah.
something? Like
I
it
mean,
didn't.
would that surprise us?
Like it looked to me like it wasn't really a place that you would sit outside to eat. That table's just like thrown out there for filming.
Then they may have done that for
Yeah.
the fact of seating so many people and for camera like able to
Yeah.
work.
For noise, whatever.
Now you had told us a while ago that they were going to go to New Orleans for
Yeah.
the bachelorette party. I didn't know that not going into the show until you told us. And I thought Scheana was right saying like I don't know if we should go there because then you're going to want to plan everything. And then she said unless we can all suggest. And then Sasha's like, well, I know it. that's why I should do it. And then she's like, but if you guys have suggestions. So I think she's like turning Scheana's idea into her own idea.
Oh, yeah. I
she-
agree.
yeah.
I agree. But I thought it was kind of bitchy of Scheana to be like, we all want to plan this, and you're just going to take it over. Like, duh. She's from that town. So she said, I want to plan, you know, it'll be so much cheaper than going to Vegas. Like, I will, you know, pick the best, cheapest spots we can go, and we'll still have a great time because I know the best places. Like,
Yeah.
Why are these people acting like they have to pinch pennies? Like they're like, you owe me that $500.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting paid to live your life.
on a waitress budget.
Yeah, right.
Right?
And then they were saying throwing Bahamas around.
No, but then they're Bahamas and they go, oh,
Yeah. Did everybody have a passport?
Vegas is not an option.
Oh, and then Scheana paid.
Listen, here's the thing. If we were going for my bachelorette and somebody threw out Bahamas and one person was like, I don't have my passport, I'm like, sorry, Brittany, bye. You're staying home then.
Right.
We're going to the Bahamas.
Send you a selfie.
Yeah.
Would you though?
I mean, it depended on, I think I would be like, how close are they to me? Bye.
Yeah.
I know it's
Does
so
the
bitchy.
bride traditionally have a say in the bachelorette location? I don't know this.
I mean, not in any of the weddings I've been a part of.
Okay.
I mean, if they feel very strongly about not wanting a certain place, obviously
I'm
you're not
sure
going to be
they're
like,
gonna say.
Megan doesn't want Vegas, but we're going to Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
we want it.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know if it's really...
I have a whole fabulous trip planned in my head for my sister's bachelorette party, and she threw out, guess what, all my friends are married with kids and they're not going to want to go anywhere. Like, these girls won't even travel from the suburbs of Philly to Philly, which is like so basic to me as far as like bacheloretting goes. And it's not fair. Like, my sister went to all their crap before those girls got married.
You have your work cut out for you to plead a case to get them.
Well, I said, well, just you and me and my mom or something, we can all go on a trip and
Yeah.
we'll go and like we can do something lame with those girls, like the night of your shower or something, after your shower.
I am excited to see New Orleans because it's a city I've never been to, and I want to see
Yes.
it.
I've never been
I,
either.
I like that option better than seeing them
Right.
in Vegas.
I've only ever seen like the really touristy spots on TV, so seeing them maybe go to some cool dive bars or wherever Stassi wants to take them will be a
Right.
different view of it.
Right.
And cool for
And
me.
I bet Stassi plans an amazing trip.
I'm sure. Well, look at
Slash
Montauk.
the production team that had to clear everywhere they're going
Right.
planned a great trip.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, what, Scheana, are you going to look up some places on Yelp? Like, why wouldn't you just let Stassi, like, take the
Right.
reins? She
But
knows the
But
best
maybe
stuff to
she
do.
just didn't want to go to New Orleans
for that
And
reason.
maybe
Yeah.
it's a money thing again. Maybe it's like, I don't want you taking over and planning everywhere we're going to go, and then you're going to tell me I owe you $500.
Right.
If I'm in the wedding party, I would want to say as well.
I would wanna
like, as
say,
Scheana-
too.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I thought it was, Stassi had a good bitchy line though, when she was like, well, if you were going to go to Azusa, then I would ask you to plan it. That is a burn.
And last week she had one of my favorite, I think it was my favorite line of the episode when she asked.
What were you raised by wolves in the hills of Azusa? Yeah.
So these are digs
Yes,
from...
I died.
I know.
I thought it was
These
so
are digs
good.
from Stassi, because Azusa is a town out here deep in the valley.
I'm from close to Azusa. That's where I was born.
I don't even think there's like anything wrong with being from the valley, but Stassi thinks it's like a super bitchy thing to be like, you're from Azusa.
It's like this. Yeah.
Well,
It's like super
Stassi's very,
suburbs.
like, well off. I mean, you know what I mean? We've seen
Yeah.
her parents and stuff. She comes from, you know, so I get that.
Yeah,
That's the way
Yeah.
she views that
Right.
I don't know.
hometown.
Well, that was the brunch or lunch. Daytime
The,
meeting.
the claws were out, but at the end everyone was like, woo, successful bridesmaid lunch,
Yeah.
woo.
Bridesmaids!
Bring it in.
Well, yeah.
I guess
yeah. Bridesmaids. Whoa.
I was very impressed with Kristen's like texting. Like in no time, she had forced all the men to do a group bachelorette trip with them where they wanted to go.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes flat.
And
through
again,
texting only.
I appreciate them showing the phones because it just is like I love.
The receipts
I love a
are
receipt. That
everything.
Thread was like,
I do because I can pause and be like, "Yep, she's saying exactly what she said." She said. I love that.
Interestingly enough, all the girls went to Vegas this past week. The girls were all in Vegas for Brittany's birthday,
Oh,
even though Vegas was not an option for the Bachelorette.
is that where Katie got a guy to motorboater? Or motorboated a dick?
I can't remember.
Was that Vegas?
Motivated a D.
That was a long time ago.
Was that in Vegas? Maybe that's why it wasn't
Probably.
an option.
Michelle D said, wait, Azusa is a real place?
Raw.
You can take the gold line there
Shade.
now. The gold line extension.
Yes.
I wouldn't even know how to get to the gold line.
It's near.
What is it, a
I thought you
train?
were going to say
It's a
to Azusa.
train, honey. It's a train on the metro.
I thought the metro was a train. Is that the same? I don't know.
Well, Metro is the name of Los
Just drive.
Angeles.
We don't frequent public transport.
We're in LA.
I know. Everybody has a car.
Yeah.
Okay, so James has his hypnosis appointment.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was wearing a Sir hat to start out the scene,
I
but then
know.
he ripped it off to make a point that he has the perfect hair.
Perfect hair, mate.
Bruv, you can't mess with his hair.
And people just look at me and they think...
The jealous.
Yeah.
The jealous.
This British DJ who's got it all, perfect hair, bruv.
He's gonna do the rest of the episode as.
I can't.
Yeah.
Did you guys think he really was hypnotized, though? I did. I bought it.
She looks sleepy.
Yeah.
He, I will say, my dad he went under hypnosis to quit smoking.
Smoking? Okay.
Yeah, and I know that's a pretty common one.
Yeah.
So, and he said that coming out of it, he was aware, like he just felt like it was a very deep meditation almost. He had a cigarette to prove that he wasn't hypnotized, but then he quit after that. He left the session, smoked one, and said, I want to do it for myself. And then he
Oh.
quit. I don't know if that's saying anything about him, but
Oh.
so I believe in it.
I'm
I
not
do.
sure that the hypnosis worked on James, but I do feel like that he actually
Well-
did go under hypnosis in that scene.
In the end, this
We'll cut
episode,
to the end. Yeah, cut to the end of the episode.
he was mad.
money well spent.
Yeah, the power was not
Oh.
with James.
Okay, so it didn't work.
Did anyone else notice her reading from a script? I'm like, have you not done this enough times? I've never seen like. a hypnotherapist.
Maybe she was
She's
so
all,
nervous with the
You do not
cameras.
need. Hang on. You do not. Need,
Yeah, she was like,
You know what I thought it was?
you do not...
He said something interesting to me, which he said, I want to show others I'm not a joke.
Oh.
And, oh wait, I do have a bachelor's degree in psychology. And so I think that what James's thing is, I really do. I think that what he needs is he needs to stop doing stuff for other people and just like focus on what he wants for himself. Like he like first thing she asks, what do you want? He says, I want to prove to people, or I want to show people that I can like fill a room. That's not the goal. Like, first work on yourself before you start doing that. I think he needs therapy more than a hypnosis.
I think it's also part of his age. I think that would be something you would prioritize to yourself as a younger person, and then you get older and realize, oh, I should have been focusing all this time on being good at my craft, not, looking good to everyone.
I'm just sick of the age excuse. I don't buy that.
Yeah.
I wasn't acting like that at 24. How
That's
old
a
is he
good
now?
point. Because, I had to get a job,
Probably.
college was over, and I had to get a job and be a grown-up at, 21, 22 when you graduate?
Yeah.
Like,
And how old is he now? You said.
I think 20. He was young when he was when he first started. That was about 4
Yeah.
years ago. I think he was 21 or 22. I'm gonna call it 24.
okay.
I know the
Look.
circumstances are different. Like you're on a show and you probably have a lot more access to this stuff, but it's just like get it together.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
seen it's shot you in the foot so many times, and you had to. How embarrassing is it to keep apologizing on TV for the same problem? It's sick. It's sick. I don't
Strong?
like it.
Jay has a strong
Until
opinion this evening.
until the very end of this episode, you know how I feel about James. And then the end of this episode, I was on his side. I was actually like, you guys are on the wrong side of this about Kristen and Jax. Like, stop. You guys are going out of your way now. But I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. But
No,
up
go
until this point with James, I don't like watching him usually on the show because I don't find him entertaining. But yeah, that's it. Sorry, monologue, filibuster.
It's sick.
It's sick.
You don't do that.
Any other thoughts or feelings on James' hypnosis? Okay, moving on.
So I look-
At this point, chronologically in the show, Ariana does have her horseback riding day. This show is
I
off.
look like a psycho now. I'm like going on a tangent, and everybody else is like, no opinion.
Yep, no comment.
Okay, thanks guys.
Welcome to the panel, Jesse.
I know I'm gonna get Twitter. Oh dear.
I'm like sweating now. You guys are. This show is off the rails. Okay, at this point in this episode, this is when Ariana has her horseback riding day. In this scene, Scheana talks smack on Katie and Tom going to do their prenup. So if these all were filmed on the same day, Katie and Tom are signing their prenup probably during the Bachelorette luncheon. I thought this scene was so hysterical when they did their prenup.
that man.
Well, first of all, the lawyer. I just wasn't expecting the lawyer. I thought it'd be like a slick-looking LA type lawyer.
Yeah.
It was just like anybody's dad or
an
grandpa.
He looked like
I
he
think
just
it was
came
a
from-
landscaper. They were like, sir, can we use you for this scene? The lawyer backed out last minute, and he was like, welcome to the firm.
I think he was originally in the scene with the horse and Ariana, but they just cut that so they could use him as the lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So let's talk about their assets. I don't know why they get a prenup. Because they don't have any current assets.
Well, how much money do they have where they need a prenup? Calm
First
down.
of all, the fact that Scheana was shading them getting a prenup and saying, I married someone I trust, was
Major
wow.
foreshadowing, too.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then
I love that
the
word.
fact that the editors
Foreshadowing.
the fact that the editors probably shadily cut out any assets Katie did have or Tom did have.
Oh.
And it sounds like she only has $200 in her bank account.
You took it as $200? Because I was thinking 200,000.
Same.
You wouldn't have 200,000 in a checking account, would you?
I don't know.
I thought they were just talking about her random checking
I
account.
mean, that's not enough to warrant like an offshore Cayman account. So what else do you put it
Think
in?
about what she's making on the show.
I mean, you invest that puppy. And like her savings account was only what, 4,000. Like you would have a special savings account for all this money. You wouldn't. It wouldn't be like sitting in your checking
No, she's like
account.
4,700.
Maybe they flipped
I
that.
wonder if they were like, tell us, make up a number so we can make this seem. Because I really do feel like sometimes the producers try and make it seem like they are servers only,
Right,
and that they're not
right.
stars of a TV show.
Right. Maybe it was 200,000, and they just wanted it to seem like they didn't have
I
money.
didn't think it was 200,000 when they said it, and then Jay said, "Do they mean 1,000?" And I thought, "Oh, did they?" I have no idea, but I feel like it was some sort of trickery.
Because I assumed 1,000 too, but then when you said it's probably so it seems like 200,
I
like that
didn't
makes
say
sense.
anything.
Oh, you
I'm
didn't
just
say
kidding.
that?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
We're all confused.
Oh,
I don't
yes,
know.
I
We
know.
don't know, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like the lawyer and the hypnotist are a couple in real life. Yeah, he was like,
I love that theory.
babe, what are you doing tonight? And she was like,
Filming a scene.
yeah, I'm going to the British boys' living
good
room.
hair?
Yeah, the one with the good hair. I'm gonna be in his
yeah.
living room.
Meanwhile, I'm meeting with Butterboy and Gordo's parents.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
2,500 for a prenup. Who knew?
I know. That's expensive.
I thought it
Lawyers are
would be-
expensive.
But he's
Yeah.
the best of the best. That lawyer, you need to understand. Like he's just not.
It
He's not
was-
disappointed. He's the
Ironclad
best.
prenup they purchased right there.
It
Ironclad.
was an interesting comment that Katie had in her interview that Tom has been reluctant to shell out any sort of dough for the wedding, but he's like easily volunteering to pay for the prenup.
I have all the evidence I need to prove that Tom does not want to be married. Come on. It's like he cried to the psychiatrist, a therapist, whoever, at the beginning of the season about not getting married. He's dragging his feet about the location, the money, the this, the that. But he's ready to sign up for that prenup.
But it sounds like he would have benefited because Katie,
Yeah, right.
the lawyer, quote unquote, said that.
Well, didn't they say that they're each taking what they will make in the future? They're not taking each other's money?
Oh, like communal assets. You're right.
Okay.
Jay's also a lawyer.
I'm
Jay
a lawyer.
also is on top of his bachelor's in psychiatry, he's also pre-law.
Guy, that's why I'm so passionate about my arguments. I went to a lot of people's court. Go ahead.
Scheana shadily slides into work, Scheana the pot stirrer, and she chats with Ellie. They're going to confront James at his new job tonight. Classy. Or Friday night. Friday night, she says in that scene.
Yeah.
So this whole timeline's a little off to me. Or else I caught a day wrong that they were speaking of.
I don't love Ellie.
No?
No.
She gives me like I get vibes that she like looks like another actress to me or something, or a singer. I
Or
can't.
someone from Dancing with the Stars, like a professional.
Yeah.
What don't you? I mean, what scene have you not liked?
What scene has you not liked?
Tell me more.
Yeah.
What's his not the favorite?
I don't know. I just feel like she's like, let's film this.
The fact
Like-
that she's like mid-30s and was willing to go on television and admit she slept with James just to like get on
Yeah.
the show tells me a lot.
Yeah.
Unless she's getting a paycheck, then yeah, that's like.
They needed her for this though.
They did. Especially with Lala's disappearance.
Yeah.
And we're like, we'll get you in on the Bachelorette trip if you confront her. I'm in.
Do you want to go? Yeah. Do you want to go to New Orleans? You got to take a picture.
She's like, my bag's packed.
We're talking Bahamas. We're not sure yet. Vegas is not an option though. It's like,
I
okay.
wonder if these girls were so devious that they on purpose slept with James to try to get on the show.
People are hungry.
I wouldn't doubt that the
Maybe.
thirst is real at that restaurant.
Like Tom Sandoval said, go get a drink, you're thirsty. He was my voice of reason.
He was really just the only person with any common sense tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, at that bar scene, which I think,
Yeah.
I mean, we're there, right? Everybody's showing up at the, I'm sorry, did we skip anything?
Stand by one sec.
Yeah, okay.
So Jax and Brittany go to dinner, and they have to mention that everyone's going to go to James's new job and confront James. And Brittany warns him not to fight because he's still on probation, which
Right.
I didn't even realize. But of course, Jax says he can't promise anything. He's almost 40 years old, and he still can't not get in a bar fight.
Right.
Okay, so then we go to paint night.
Oh, right.
So we're not even at the bar fight yet. Oh my god. Okay, so we go to the paint night, which I don't understand why Stassi comes as the third wheel. Like, Katie and Stassi are so connected at the hip.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get it. I don't get I think the producers forced her to go be in this scene because there was friction between Ariana and her.
I could believe Stassi just not, like Stassi wanting to go.
I mean, she third wheeled so hard with Katie and Schwartz this year that she went to their honeymoon.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like, after they had been there alone a few days, she showed up and was at their honeymoon alone with them, third wheeling.
I mean, that's a bit much.
And Tom and Ariana were there, too.
Schwartz really needs to learn to put his foot down, or else he didn't want to be alone with his wife.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like, guys, like, just go.
I think, I mean, and that activity looked cool. I even said I want to go. Basics.
I can send you the Groupon info.
Wait,
for
they
that.
were all drinking beer,
There's
not
100%
wine.
a Groupon
It's
for
under
that, too.
clearance.
Oh, I'm sure there's like 5 Groupons for that. Paint night.
Let's go.
Okay, so
Oh, there's
I
one in
actually,
Azusa.
but the tiff between Stassi and Ariana trying to discuss how Ariana spoke to her, I actually was on Stassi's side. Ariana said, but why do you care? And Stassi said, well, because we're friends with all the same people. Ariana goes, it's fine. And Stassi said, it's not fine with me. She totally kept her cool, and I thought she made a great point.
Me too.
She wants to not be spoken nastily to because they need to be in the same group around each other a lot.
Her feelings are hurt. And I think that in this instance, like the 3 months that they do film, that's what Stassi's referring to is like, you have to be cool with me at least at this point. At the 3 months in the summer that we're filming, try to be nice, and then for the rest of the year, you guys can go be in your own corner.
And you're going to be at my best friend's wedding.
Yeah.
Let's all try and get along.
Yeah.
Fair.
I thought Katie was speaking to Ariana kind of like they were not friends at all in this moment.
I think Katie wants the best for the wedding party. Deep down, like she's just like, I want this crushed. Like I don't want this kind of energy. Like, and I didn't like how she was like, of course, one of the boys. Like when Tom's like, no, she's gonna be spending time with the guys during the bachelorette party. Which
She got all butthurt about that.
yeah. How do you feel about bachelorette parties being in the same place? Isn't that a thing?
I said break up, take
I
your
agree.
time. Like it's like when you're supposed to get wild and crazy and do stupid stuff. Not like I have to keep my eye on him so he doesn't cheat on me.
Yeah. Well.
Like he
or
already
Would
did.
you
Mojo.
guys
He
ever
already
do the
did.
same, like bachelor? Like how would
No, I want my alone time with the girls, like raging and clubbing and like doing the do. Like whatever.
raging and clubbing and just with my
Motor-
perfect hair?
motorboating.
I was in Vegas. Here's the thing. I was in Vegas last week for the first time.
Oh.
And meanwhile, the cast of Vanderpump Rules was also there, but I did not run into them because
Kindred.
I was actually with my boyfriend and my parents of all people. So I was not like clubbing or anything. So I
Right.
didn't run into them because literally all they were doing was like going out to dinner and clubbing.
I'm with you. I like when they're separate.
In the chat room, Alexandria Smith says Stassi is getting taste of her own medicine, and JJ King says, but Stassi talks to everyone crazy. Talking about the painting.
Yeah. I
Wow.
thought she seemed like level-headed and made a great point and wasn't being like the mean girl in this moment, actually.
I think Stassi like kind of dishes a lot, but when
Yeah.
when it's reciprocated, she gets very. I think this season we've really seen a sensitive side of Stassi. So she doesn't like being really.
At times.
I mean, and like you guys said, in this, I think in this situation, it's like the age-old reality situation. It's like we don't have to be best friends, but let's be cordial, like you said, while we're filming. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
But I'm a little like Ariana. I don't want to be cordial with somebody. Like I just don't want them near me.
And JJ King continued to say she didn't like talking to someone who isn't scared of her. Which is
Exactly.
something that Ariana touched upon in the show.
Exactly.
She was like, Stassi's lived her entire life.
Everyone bowing down
Right,
to her.
and
yeah.
I won't do it.
That's what's amazing to me is seeing how Stassi was probably only speaking half respectfully to her because she is like knows she can't win with Ariana. She's kind of frightened of her.
But I don't think Ariana's doing that to spite Stassi. I think Ariana just does not
Genuinely doesn't care.
Exactly. I don't think she's just like, I'm gonna stick it to Stassi by not giving in. I think Ariana's just like, I don't
care to make amends with you. Yeah.
Right.
Let's jump into the bar fight.
Cool.
Okay, so James is at his new bar that he works at. His mom is there. His girlfriend is there. Everyone's pretending like it's the best thing ever. It's the best music they've ever heard. So a few people show up who really shouldn't be there and are really not invited. Scheana. Also Ellie and Gigi, who both claim they slept with James while he was dating Raquel. Kristen shows up with Carter, and Jax shows up as well. Also, James starts rapping and he shouts out Lala because we can hear Lala's vocal track in the background. And Jax says, shout out to Lala for moving away. So I'm wondering if this was during the time period where she told us in studio, I went home to Utah and shut off my phone.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because
I think the cast is aware now that Lala is MIA. Like, she's gone. She's not coming back.
It's weird for us as a viewer because it's like, she in the last time we saw her, she's like, I'm not quitting today, but now she's missing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She said she has one more after she quits, so I think she's going to come back toward the end of the season and just kind of give that final wrap-up.
Closure.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
I think it's still coming. I'm not sure, though. I mean, we talked to her about it, and I think that we still have one coming up where she just gives a final, this is the end.
Cool.
Like
Signing
a
off.
closure
That's all.
episode.
The closure, yeah.
So Gigi introduces herself to Raquel. So this is where all the trouble starts. And Raquel is actually not, I give Raquel a lot of credit. She goes, oh, I've heard a lot about you. And I thought she was just going to be like playing dumb and not knowing who this girl was. And she's like, oh, I've heard you're obsessed with my boyfriend. And I was like, okay, this girl's got some balls.
I see you, Raquel.
I was like, okay, get him, girl. Not just the beauty queen.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, what does this face mean?
I mean, if Gigi really wanted to come in here, she was acting like a jealous side piece. She wasn't acting like, I wanted you to know. If Gigi came in and said like, girl, because they said girl in front of every sentence, girl,
It was condescension.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you I slept with James. I have proof. I'm just watching out for you that this is what's going on.
Right.
And then they went into it, like Tom said, knowing that James had a girlfriend, so it's wrong on Gigi and Ellie. I'm not going to shame either. I mean, both of them. Everybody was in the wrong in this. It's not like James lied and said, no, I'm not with anybody, or maybe he did. And that's why Gigi and Ellie jumped in. But if Gigi went in with it and said, like, Raquel, like, just so you know, I did sleep with him. I have proof. Do with that what you want, and I'm out of here. But instead, she was, like, acting like,
Make it a
he's
whole thing.
mine. Yeah, I don't know why you're with him. I'm like, why are you, like, if you don't care about him, like, leave it.
Yeah, why did they even go and make a scene anyway? Like, why did they need to confront
Here's a bag
the
of clothes you
girlfriend?
left at my house.
Right,
Yeah.
like they brought receipts and props.
Or-
Like, I don't understand why they
Like
needed
a
to
Ralph's
make.
bag.
Yeah.
If they wanted
torn
to,
down the seam.
if they really wanted Raquel to know and embarrass him, then they could have done it anywhere else. But why at his new job? Like,
Because
that is a special brand of lowness.
Yeah.
that I
When you
haven't
want to
had.
get the guy, you don't go after the girl. Like, Raquel
Right.
had nothing to do with it. It's James's
Right.
fault, so don't go after Raquel.
Right.
I love when Gigi was like, if you're a Miss California, aren't you supposed to be like feminism?
That was amazing.
I'm like, girl, you had the whole shuttle ride over to the set to think of your opening line. And you're like, are you supposed to be like feminism? It's like that SNL character, like the drunk girl at the party.
You don't want to talk to
Hello,
her.
have you heard of like feminism? Like that's what it makes me
Miss
think of.
California.
I'm going to need to mansplain this to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
And then
Perfect.
and then Kristen.
That was
coming in.
great.
Yeah. And then Kristen and Carter in the stands.
Yeah,
Yes.
did they bring in
With
bleachers?
their finger, their big foam finger, like. Jack, hit a home run.
I have never seen such thirsty, sad people as Kristen and Carter standing on the top of a booth to watch two other servers who screwed a guy who they knew had a girlfriend confront the guy about it in front of the girlfriend.
Yeah.
It was the saddest thing I think I've seen go down on this show, and we have seen the worst of the worst on this show. Like, I used to love season 1 and 2 sloppiness. this is like worse than ever. Like, I just don't think it's even cute or funny anymore.
It's like I said, Tom really saved this for me by calling everybody on
Yes.
their, you know what,
On
like
their
he's just like,
SHIT.
and just saying like, she's like, what are you BFFs with James now? And he's like, no, I'm just calling, like he's calling a spade a spade. Like you guys came here knowing what you were doing, like
Yeah.
knock it off.
You came here to watch a fight, and it got really sloppy.
Sick. It's sick.
It's sick.
Can that just be a new
Catchphrase.
promo for like when you guys do like for a new after show?
Trademark.
This week's AFTERBUZZ for Vanderpump Rules is gonna be it's sick.
Sick.
Just the
TM.
gif over and over.
It's sick. It's sick.
Somebody
TM.
make a gift, please. I'd love that.
I know. So, okay, so James has the nerve to call Gigi dumpy ass.
So funny.
So sloppy.
So she decides to try to slap him. So then it gets messy. There's pushing, there's shoving.
But she was
there's
like,
a
she
lot
had
of
a
people.
clear view, but she's like,
There's a,
it was like a.
it was like a weird. It was like a weird tap.
Like, hey, are you okay? That's what, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
It was.
Don't touch me.
and then he's like,
A lot of physical humor going
then
on
it
on the
gets
audience.
then it gets to like my most exciting parts of reality shows, where there's like a lot of like shoving, and you can tell the cameraman's being
Yeah,
shoved, and there's like a
yeah.
lot of like faces you don't recognize flying in and out of the lens. Like,
Producers, bouncers, everybody's like showing you like, Santa
so
Claus.
there was actually so much security at
Yeah.
this club, like
Knowing.
like
I
unnecessary
wanted it to
amounts.
be out of the way. Like I wanted them to be able to like go for each other, but it was like, but the one security guard who was like in between Jax and James, I was like watching it, like get out of the way, like let them have at it.
Right. I wish those two really would tear
what we
each other
paid
up
for,
for a
Yeah.
while.
right?
I feel like Jax threw the bouncer, the security
Oh,
guard.
I
whatever he
wouldn't
was.
doubt it. I can't
Yeah.
believe Jax didn't get kicked out. What the
How
hell?
did
They
they
dragged
get James kicked out?
Ugh.
His Gucci was inside too.
Oof.
Damn, get his Gucci jacket.
Insult to
Damn it.
injury.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
So,
it's just.
Kristen's got her broken record. Why are you defending him? Screaming at Tom. And Tom, the only voice of reason in this entire thing, said, "This is not a good look, and I can't back you on this."
Right.
Ish.
The best.
I mean, he's the only person I've heard make any common sense. Any sense. I'm not making any sense.
It's just like when you don't like somebody that much, you just don't plan a Friday night to go watch them break it with an interior motive, as Jax would say.
Yes,
like going
I'm
to a
here for
show.
an interior motive.
Yeah, it's just sad.
It was
Oh
a sad
yeah,
thing
and
to me.
Tom was like, "I'm sure you are."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Any other thoughts, feelings, comments?
I was upset that they waited until the last minute of the show to get it to that point. I could
Yeah.
have watched the last half hour of that whole club scene.
Yeah.
I want to say I turned for James. Like, I feel like they went out of their way to provoke him, and his set probably would have been great, and now he's going to remember that night as just a fight, whereas,
Yeah.
I don't know, it probably was a big moment for him.
It's like he just got out of a great hypnotherapy session, and you
His
just
hair
like,
was perfect. Like, let him
No.
have it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
The cast really embarrassed themselves. But
There was one thing.
Yeah. Real
Tiffany,
quick, we gotta
Tiffany,
wrap up.
Tiffany Davis mentioned earlier. This is about the Ariana Stasi thing, the painting scene. Tiffany Davis said, "When did it become so cool to tell all of these people that you interact with on a regular how much you don't care about them? If you don't care, then go away. Like, why does she come around them?
good point.
Because of Katie. Because they all are, they're all friends with Katie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Or maybe they all need to hear about like feminism.
But aren't you, like, not a feminism?
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be like feminism? Okay, so Jay
That's
had
it.
something really quick he wanted
Yeah.
to shout out, and then
Um,
we'll wrap it up.
I wanted to say thank you to Brandon Romano. He's a gorgeous Italian Twitter follower who loves the show. He watches everything on Bravo, and he pointed out a tweet that Lala sent out recently. If you guys want to, I can't talk about this feud anymore. That's still going on between the girls and Lala. Look it up on Lala's Twitter. It's going. And that's it. So thank you, Brandon, for watching. We appreciate it.
And pointing it out and tweeting. We love tweeting with
Yes,
you.
yes,
Well, we're
yes.
going to skip predictions this week, and we will talk about everything next week. But, guys, where can we continue the conversation with you online?
Instagram at don't_be_jealous, and Twitter at still_jealous.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
You guys can find me everywhere at Jesse J. D'Angelo.
And you guys can find me, Megan Stecher, on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Please tweet me this week. I love tweeting with you guys. And it's all at MEGANSTECHER. And we'll see you next Monday for another episode of Vanderpump Rules After Show here on AfterBuzz TV.
It's sick.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
It's sick.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.